NCRT is, one of he's asking, is NCRT enough for mains? Not really, but it's enough for the extra topics that you have in mains. So the extra topics that JEE Advanced has left out, a bunch of those topics, one of them is optical instruments, vagera vagera. So for those extra topics, your NCRT is more or less enough. Because those extra topics में उतना depth में सवाल नहीं आएगा. And because depth में नहीं आ सकता है, इसलिए एडवांस ने पिकअप भी नहीं किया है अपने सिलेबस में वो टॉपिक्स को. ठीक है? It's not necessary to read the NCRT. It's not necessary. I mean, you can give mains without reading it as well. But you'll see for some of those extra chapters that we have, like later on communication system वगैरह, थोड़ा कुछ theoretical जो chapters होगा उसके लिए एक बार पढ़ने की जरूरत होगा. Yes, I know terrestrial and Galilean telescope is there in the HCV. It's not in the NCRT, so you don't have to do it. Defects of vision is there in the HCV, not in the NCRT. Again, you don't, I mean, not in your syllabus for mains, so you don't have to do it. Okay? You don't have to do it. NEET guys have to do it. You guys don't have to do it. Just a minute, guys. I lost my internet, so I'm just going to try and connect to my phone Wi-Fi. So just give me a minute. All right, I am back. I hope you can all hear me clearly. Okay, for the last time, guys, the answer is no. We're doing a few extra points which are not done before, and then we're going to do a revision. Okay, chalo. So one method. This is an experiment. This is called the displacement method. For calculating focal length. One of you is asking important questions from HCV. Guys, I want you to do the entire HCV. Okay, there's no shortcut. Come on, you're preparing for the advanced exam. पूरा HCV कर लो. उसमें तुम्हें जो मुश्किल लग रहा है, you can try to mark those and do them again later. But please, for your own benefit, once do the entire HCV. Okay? Okay. Okay. Displacement method for calculating, focal length of a lens. I'll tell you what I consider as good. वो है मेरे पास marked. I tell you what I consider as good. But तुम भी एक बार that should not be like कि तुम उतना ही कर लो. तुम एक बार खुद से पूरा कर लो, and of course in some time, of course, I'll afterwards tell you which ones I personally liked, which ones I have marked. ठीक है, but एक बार पहले खुद से भी कर लो. Okay. Displacement method for calculating focal length of a lens. Okay, so देखो, this method put it very simply is essentially this. you have an object. Okay, so you'll have an object over here, and you'll have a screen over here. The object and the screen both are going to be fixed. The object and the screen both are going to be fixed. Okay, both are going to be fixed. This is the setup. And then you have a lens in the middle जिसका focal length निकालना है, ठीक है, and that lens is going to be movable. Okay, this lens is going to be movable. All right, now what's going to happen is you're going to change the position of the lens. The lens is moved, or the lens is taken to a position where or for which a clear image is focused on the screen. The lens is taken to a position for which a clear image is focused on the screen. Okay? तो एक ऐसा position आएगा जहाँ पे clear image will be focused on the screen. Okay? उसके बाद the lens is moved again. इसके बाद the lens is moved again. The lens is displaced again, hence the name displacement method. The lens is displaced again by an amount small d. The lens is displaced again by an amount small d to another position for which a clear image is focused on the screen. To another position for which a clear image is focused on the screen. Okay. So this is the setup. Okay. And what's going to follow is going to be quite simple. I'll just show that. So let me explain, why do we get these two positions? ये थोड़ा lollipop जैसा लग रहा है. The object is somewhere and then you have a lens. एक काम करता हूँ, O को नीचे लिखता हूँ. This is our object and that's a lens and that's a screen. So why do we get two positions? Let me try and explain that. What will happen is मान लो कि ये अपना ऑब्जेक्ट था, अगेन लेंस, एंड लेट्स से ये अपना स्क्रीन है, S for screen, ठीक है, एंड लेट्स से we end up getting a position. Let me draw this a little bit towards the right. चलो थोड़ा इधर बना लेता हूँ. Let's say we end up getting a perfect combination of object distance and image distance such that it satisfies our mirror formula. Okay, let's say we end up getting that perfect combination of object distance and image distance such that it satisfies our mirror formula and such that our image for this object is formed on the screen. The image for this object is formed on the screen. Okay? Let's say this distance between the object and the screen is capital D. Okay? Capital D is also going to be something that we can easily measure. Now what's going to happen is when I try to move this lens to a new position, can you guess what will be the object and image distances in this new position so that again the image is nicely focused on the screen? Agar previous case ke liye x1, x2 were the object and image distances which satisfy lens maker's formula, in this position, what should the distances be? Very nice. It should be x2 and x1 because of the reversibility of light. Object को x1 पे डाला तो image x2 पे बनता है, तो उल्टा भी तो बोल सकते हो, ऑब्जेक्ट को x2 पे डाला तो इमेज x1 पे बन सकता है ना? So that's what is going on here. ऑब्जेक्ट का डिस्टेंस तुम अगर x2 करोगे तो इमेज का डिस्टेंस x1 हो जाएगा. Alright, so these are the two positions for which a bright properly focused image can be formed on the screen. Understood? अगर एक orientation में x1 and x2 are the distances, in another orientation x2 and x1 will be the distances. Got it? Okay, now what do I do with this? है ना, क्या करना है इसके साथ? तो for instance अब सवाल में देखो क्या दिया जाएगा. D will be given, capital D will be given, and all right, so this is an experiment. Okay, let me just explain what is going on. This is an experiment through which focal length is found. What is the experiment? You have an object, you have a screen, okay? And then you have some distance between them which can easily be measured. क्या होता है? ये lens को लोग move कराते हैं till they get a bright image being formed. When they get a bright image being formed, let's say object distance is x1, image distance is x2. Now, iske baad they move it to another position for which a bright image will also again be formed. Now, what could that other position be? So obviously that other position has to be the opposite. Some of you are saying you've done this in 10th. Good for you guys. Now, the other position has to be the opposite because अगर object का distance x1 रख के image distance x2 बन सकता है, तो vice versa भी हो सकता है. Object का distance x2 रख के image का distance भी x1 मिल सकता है. Okay, and one of you is asking what is S and I? S is for the screen and I is for the image. S is the screen, I is the image. Okay, so your image is formed at the screen. Real image is formed at the screen. This fact over here कि you can interchange has to do with the reversibility of light. You can always, जैसे for instance एकदम random values उठा रहा हूँ, ठीक है? मान लो जैसे तुम्हें पता है कि please remember this, if मेरा object 6 सेंटीमीटर के डिस्टेंस पे है और इमेज 3 सेंटीमीटर के डिस्टेंस पे है एंड मुझे और कुछ भी नहीं दिया गया है, नए सवाल में ऑब्जेक्ट का डिस्टेंस 3 सेंटीमीटर दिया, इमेज का डिस्टेंस क्या बनेगा? व्हाट विल यू से? कितना बनेगा इमेज का डिस्टेंस? 6 बनेगा. This has to do with the reversibility of light, because all this means is if light going from here gets focused over here, then light going in the opposite direction will get focused over here. Okay, so object को 6 पे डाल के image अगर 3 पे बन रहा है, you can interchange the two as well. Object को 3 पे डाल के image 6 के distance पे बन सकता है. That is the idea this experiment is based on. Okay, see, And in a while, yes, in a while you just get to see how we can solve questions on this. So D will be given and F एक बार देख लेते हैं F निकलेगा कैसे. तो just let me apply my lens makers, sorry, let me apply my lens formula. So you can see what the result is. 1 by V minus 1 by U is 1 by F. Apply it for this orientation. क्या दिखेगा? So V seems to, remember x2, x1 are distances. So V seems to be positive x2. But what does U seem to be? Object left hand side पे है negative x1. Negative x1. Very nice. So yes, so 1 by x2 minus 1 by x1. Look at the result we're getting. 1 by x2 plus 1 by x1 is 1 upon f. So if we can somehow figure out x1 and x2 from the information given in the question, if we can, yes, you can rearrange this result as well. If we can somehow figure out x1 and x2 from the information given in the question, then we can easily find our focal length. So if you want to remember it like this, that also works. एक ही बात है. I'll just keep this form, but yeah, दूसरे form में भी याद कर सकते हो. Now, if we can somehow find out x1, x2, we can answer the question. Okay? So, and from this very good observation, so Ayush is observing ki it is very clear from this equation that x1, x2 are interchangeable. Absolutely. In fact, this equation tells me ki yahan pe the nature is such ki x1 and x2 could have interchanged, which is why I could also place the object at x2 and the image at x1. Equation जो निकल के आता था वापस same ही आता था. Now from this equation we can also see that x1 and x2 can be interchanged and still the equation would be satisfied. See? Now in any question D will be given, and this is our objective to somehow find F. Let's try questions where in this question the lens is movable. Yes, the lens is the only thing that's going to move. So in this question, one type of question is when, type 1 question will be when small d is given to you directly. So if small d is given to you, do you think you can find x1 and x2 using capital D and small d? है ना? Simple equations रहेगा. तो just इतना idea बता रहा हूँ क्या करना है. Find x1, x2 to find f. So if small d is given, find x1, x2 to find your focal length. And how would you do that? You can observe कि capital D is x1 plus x2, right? And then small d is, some of you already saying this, small d seems to be x1 minus x2, and you can solve simultaneously. Yeah, of course, you know to solve simultaneously, so you can solve simultaneously and you can get x1, x2, and you can figure out f. Solve simultaneously, find x1, x2, and with that you can find f. Got the idea? This is one type of question which can come. एक try करके देखेंगे. What is small d? Let me, अच्छा, small d क्या है? Small d इधर देख लो. So first is the lens is taken to a position for which a clear image is formed on the screen. So that was the first position of the lens. उसके बाद लेंस को वापस डिस्प्लेस करेंगे by an amount d to another position for which a clear image is focused on the screen. So what is going to happen? So what is going to happen is ये जो distance है ना जिससे हम इसको वापस move कर रहे हैं, that small distance is d. The distance between these two positions of the lens is d. Okay, and yes, कोई बोल रहा है mod x1 x2, let x1 just be, let, when I'm saying x1 minus x2, just assume x1 is greater than x2. Guys, please, we are not in wave optics. We are not in optical instruments. This is not 25 centimeters. ये random सा distance है. D is the distance between the object and the screen in the experiment. Okay? This is a screen. There's no eye and all over here. There's no image. Okay? D will be, so I'm saying na type 1 का question क्या है? Capital D is given, small d is given. इतने से तुम्हें F निकालना है. Try करना है सवाल. So we'll try an example on that question. Okay. Tanmay, if there's no doubt for that, if there's no time for that today, we can discuss tomorrow as well. Tomorrow I have a doubt lecture. So let's say the distance or the distance between the object and the screen is just keep it as 10 centimeters in the displacement method experiment. Okay, and find the focal length if the displacement between the two positions of the lens is 4 centimeters. Very nice, Shreya, Aman. Yes, Harsh, सही है. सार्थक सही है, यश सही है. Simple, yeah? Simple idea. Literally answered in seconds. Yes, everyone getting 2.1. You're all right. Tarun सही है. Good. See, so this is type 1. 3 गलत हो गया. 3 गलत हो गया. So what do we have over here? Capital D. देखिए solve करूं. If anyone needs more time, let me know. Nobody is saying anything. So I'll proceed. Capital D is 10 and small d, displacement between the two positions of the lens is 4. Okay? And now you may see some formulas written here and there. You don't need formulas. You know for a fact that x1 plus x2 is d. In other words, x1 plus x2 is 10. And then you also know that x1 minus x2 is, let x1 be the bigger one by default. Okay? x1 minus x2 is small d, so it is 4. And you know how to solve equations. So as a formula yaad karne ki zarurat nahi hai. If you quickly add these two equations, what you're going to get is you're going to get 2x1 is, yes, 2.1 is right. Anusha sahi hai. When you add them, you're going to get 2x1 is equal to 14. So solving simultaneously gives us that x1 is 7. And then you can just quickly put it in the other equation as well. And you can see that if x1 is 7, x2 is 3. So if x1 is 7, x2 is 3. That's when the sum is going to be 10. ये आने के बाद 1 upon f is 1 by x1 plus 1 by x2. Whenever you get this, you can, I mean, of course, directly use this. F is x1, x2. Okay. x1, x2 and upon x1 plus x2. So, I mean, that's the method. F is ultimately it's going to be 7 into 3 upon 7 plus 3. Okay. 21 by 10. 2.1 centimeters. ठीक है, यहाँ से या बस LCM लेके वो रिजल्ट आता है. Product by sum. Product by sum. 7 into 3 upon 7 plus 3. 2.1 centimeters. Okay. Cool. I'll show you type 2. Second type का क्या question आ सकता है. Before that, any doubts in this? Now one of you is asking a good doubt. What should be the what type of lens should this be? Yash is pointing out what type of lens should this be for this experiment. It has to be a convex lens. नहीं तो कभी image screen पे बनेगा ही नहीं. Now concave lens doesn't form a real image for a real object. So displacement method for calculating focal length of a, let me specify what type of lens it will be. It will be a convex lens always. See, this experiment is only for convex lens. Cannot be done for a concave lens. Concave lens सिर्फ virtual image बनाता है. Okay, fair enough. The second method, second type of question. Okay, so type 2 will be key where D is still given, capital D is still given, and you're given image heights. So height of image 1, okay, and height of image 2 are given. So this is height of the image in the two positions of the lens. Okay, these are the heights. कोई पूछेगा क्या लिखा है? Heights of the image yeah, show the previous slide. In the two positions of the lens. So what can अच्छा previous slide देख लो. Done. Okay. All right. So based on this, how could we find? How could we find? Can I show slide 211? अच्छा ये भी देख लो. 211 देख लो. हो गया? Can I reiterate why it has to be a? It has to be a convex lens because only a convex lens forms a real image. Concave lenses don't form real images. Concave lenses form virtual images on the same side as the object. They cannot be obtained on a screen. They can only be obtained by seen by the eye. Okay, so this is only for convex lenses. This is only for convex lenses. यहाँ पे convex लिखा है ना? Convex lenses. Got it? Got it, but understood abhi? Okay. Heights of the images. Yes, yes. Now heights of the images in the two positions of the lens. Just ignore the signs. ठीक है? Let's not in this case, no, let's not worry about the signs. हमें पता है कि साइन वगैरह inverted होगा. Lens forms an inverted real image. But for now, just ignore the signs. ठीक है? Let hi1, hi2. Let's just take them as positive. Now, how do these heights relate to x1 and x2? Because remember, x1 x2 निकाल के ही f निकलेगा. So how do these heights relate to x1 and x2? For that, we need to understand, going back to that diagram, maybe I can even draw it again quickly. So let's say this is height of object in the first case. Okay. We have our lens, and this is our, again, we're going to ignore the signs. We know it forms a inverted image, but that's, let's say, well, let me keep that line. Let's say this is the height of image 1. Let's say this is x1. Let's say that's x2. Okay. This is our first case. What does the second case look like? Very similar. Height of object. This time the lens is closer. Okay. And this time looks like the image is going to be bigger. That's height of image 2. This time this is x2. This is x1. Okay. Cool. We know कि length is proportional to distance. Yes. Yes, Ayush. And note कि HO तो दोनों केस में मैंने HO1, HO2 नहीं लिखा है. Why? Because the object का height is of course not going to change. है ना? We are keeping the object as it is. The only thing that is changing is the height of the image. है ना? So based on that, from the first equation, we can say hi1 by ho is x2 by x1. hi1, yes, yes, Ayush. hi1 by ho is x2 by x1, and यहाँ पे hi2 by ho is x1 by x2. Both the ratios are reciprocals of each other. if I want x1 x2 and yeah by similarity है ना, ये triangles का ये I think दिख रहा है ना, triangles का similarity, height by distance is height by distance. ठीक है, ये और undo नहीं हो रहा है unfortunately. Okay, can I get rid of that extra line? Yes. हाँ, all right, so yes, that's one suggestion. Okay, what do I do to find x1 x2? अगर ऑब्जेक्टिव देखो, गिवन क्या है वो देख लो अच्छे से. गिवन क्या है? गिवन ये दो चीज है, डी दिया जाएगा, hi1 hi2 दिया जाएगा. What could we possibly be asked to find? Tarun, you're right. So two things we could be asked to find. We could be asked to find HO. So if we have to find HO, what is the smart idea to find HO? Some of you are already answering. इधर ही आ गया ना, just x2 x1 is x1 x2 उल्टा करके लिख लो, है ना? These are reciprocals of each other. So with that we can say कि multiply and equate by 1. Yes, you can multiply and equate by 1, or you can even, yeah, you can multiply them. In fact, that's a good idea. hi1 by ho, or you can even substitute. इनको जब multiply करेंगे, what happens to the other side? x2 upon x1 and x1 upon x2 cancel out and we get 1. So getting 1, we can say कि hi1 into hi2 is ho ka square. So if ever height of object is asked, it's quite simple. Height of the object is, well, it's the root of hi1 h2, hi1 and hi2. See, or hi1 hi2 is ho square. So this is how you could find height of the object. This is how you could find height of the object. Okay, how could you find focal length? So this is one type of question that can come. The other type of question that can come is, you guys don't worry about my tab, I think it'll last for the rest of the lecture. Thanks for the concern though. So find, the other thing that could be asked is find तुम, हाँ, ये अच्छा कोई पूछ रहा है इसको मैग्निफिकेशन यहाँ पे लिख सकते हैं, लिख सकते हैं मैग्निफिकेशन. You can, if I mean you can write your magnification, just remember magnification हो जाएगा negative of hi by ho, है ना? We're just taking distances over here, तो magnification लिखना है तो ऐसा लिख सकते हो. स्पेसिफिकली सवाल मैग्निफिकेशन पूछ रहा है तो याद करो मैग्निफिकेशन नेगेटिव होगा ऑन पेपर. क्यों? बिकॉज इन्वर्जन हो रहा है. The second thing they can actually ask is find f, and if you remember, to find f we must first find f1 and x2. So if you want to find f, you must first find x1 and x2. So the way you can find x1 and x2 is you can get rid of ho. x1 x2 चाहिए, ho हटा दो. ho कैसे आएगा? दोनों को divide करो, divide the two equations. Okay, so you can divide the two equations. So divide equation, let's give them some names. Divide equation A by B. एक minute, huh? Just I'll check your chat in a minute. एक second. Divide equation A by B. So this is equation A. This is equation B. What will we get? Is this a good way to get x1 and x2? Looks like it. And if I divide hi1, if I divide equation A by equation B, don't I get hi1 by hi2? And on the right hand side, I get x2 square by x1 square. So I have this equation along with the equation that capital D is equal to x1 plus x2. Okay, so with these two informations put together, you can find x1 and x2. With these two informations put together, you can find x1 and x2. When I give an example, this will make more sense to you. Okay? It's like, just let me just say this over here. Let's say let's say you know कि हाँ, अनदर ऑप्शन इज, कोई पूछ रहा है कि अच्छा एचओ निकाल के एचओ को सब्स्टिट्यूट कर सकते, वो भी कर सकते हैं। बट मैं इतना बोल रहा हूँ कि अगर एचओ पूछा नहीं है तो निकालने का जरूरत नहीं है, डायरेक्टली भी इनको डिवाइड करके भी x2 x1 निकाल सकते हैं, इंडिपेंडेंटली भी x2 x1 निकाल सकते हैं विदाउट हैविंग टू फाइंड एचओ। See, at the end of the day, these are just a bunch of simultaneous equations. There are many ways of solving them. Okay, and I'm sure you can navigate through them. Okay, I'm sure you'll be able to navigate through them. Okay? Try करना है सवाल। एक एग्जांपल दे देता हूँ, जैसे how would solving these two equations look like? Actually quite simple. If I tell you d is 6 and यहाँ से रेशियो निकल के आ गया, let's say x पता चल गया x2 by x1 is 2:1, then what is x2 and x1? Are you able to solve these two equations? x2 by x1 is 2:1, d is 6, तो क्या आ जाएगा x2 and x1? बहुत सिंपल है, 6 को 2:1 के रेशियो में बांट दो, मिल गया ना। 6 को 2:1 के रेशियो में बांटोगे तो ये 4 निकलेगा और ये 2 निकलेगा। It's that simple. It's that simple. All right, so just try out a question and then you'll see how it works. Okay, so देख लेते हैं, ठीक है। So now let's say ठीक है, page 214. Let's say in the displacement method, the heights yes, I'll just show in a bit. The heights of the two images formed are 2 centimeters and 32 centimeters. Okay, 2 centimeters and 32 centimeters. I want you to find, already answers are pouring in. D short में लिख लेता हूँ यार, पूरा टाइम नहीं है। The D is equal to 10 centimeters. Find your focal length and find the height of the object. Okay, previous slide एक बार दिखा रहा हूँ. Let me know when you're done with this. Yes, Tarun, सही है. Done, okay. अमन सही है, आयुष सही है, तरुण सही है. Ayush, you can just say 8. 8 बोलना ठीक है. Over here, we are just, when we talk about heights, we are referring to size. Okay, one of you has answered the focal length. Let me just check quickly. Yes, very nice, Sarthak. सही है तेरा. रुद्रा सही है. 2.4 गलत आंसर है. Just check that. Very nice. यश सही है. कुशल सही है. हर्ष सही है. सानिका सही है. Previous page. One of you is asking, why am I ignoring the sign of the heights? I'm just keeping things simple. I'm just using similarities of triangles. The sign just comes in to tell us that the height is negative. You know, you'll just find yourself putting a minus sign and then removing a minus sign and all that. Yeah. Signs are just coming in to tell us that it's inverted. Anyways, I know it's inverted. Here we're just dealing with sizes, and we're just keeping things simple. We're just using similarity of triangles. So we don't need to get into technicalities. वो anyways magnification तो पूछ नहीं रहा है. Specifically magnification पूछा तो हमें पता है कि negative answer देना है. Okay. Just cross check your answer, guys. A lot of answers pouring in. Second तो बहुत easy था. पहले वाले का आंसर 1.6 होगा और दूसरे का 8 होगा. यही आ रहा है. पहले का 1.6, दूसरे का 8. If you're saying, can I approximate FS2? क्यों करना है? If 1.6 is the answer, 1.6 will be in the options. Okay. Approximate only if necessary, if they tell you to round off, but otherwise 1.6 options में होगा. Okay. So do you have to memorize these formulas? Honestly, no. Come on, just try to remember what lens makers, what this method is. तुम ये method अगर तुम याद करोगे ना, मेरे हिसाब से you will be able to figure this out in the exam. इतना ये diagram अगर याद किया, that diagram is actually enough. है ना? कितना memorize करना है तुम्हें life में. So keep this simple. hi1 by ho is x2 by x1. You know how to navigate from there. उतने information से तुम सब कुछ कर पाओगे. ठीक है? तो जैसे यहाँ पे we know कि if I need to get my focal length, I know कि what am I getting in the question? Okay, I'm saying hi1 is 2, hi2 is again, it doesn't matter what you call I1 and I2. Remember, they're all interchangeable. hi1 is 2, hi2 is 32. And then iska ratio, we know ki when I divide them, then hi1 by hi2, we know is x2 square by x1 square. Again, it doesn't matter what you're calling x2, what you're calling x1. It's just the ratio that matters. Everything is actually interchangeable. So what am I getting? I'm getting 2 by 32 is, so 1 by 16 actually is x2 square by x1 square. So x2 by x1 is actually root of 2 by 32. So x2 by x1 is actually 1 by 4. So I realize that the ratio between x2 and x1 is 1 by 4. If x1 and x2 के बीच में ratio is 1 by 4 and if d is 10 centimeters, then it's very easy to divide d in the ratio 1:4. Again, doesn't matter what you're taking as 4, what you're taking as 1. But if I have to divide 10 in the ratio of 4:1, if I have to divide 10 in the ratio 4:1, क्या answer आएगा? x1 will have to be 8. One of them has to be 8 and one of them has to be 2. Simple. And which is which में कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, ना? It's just the numbers that matter. One is 8, one is 2. And if one is 8 and one is 2, then my focal length becomes product upon sum. या तुम वो भी लिख सकते हो 1 by f is 1 by 8 plus 1 by 2, उसको सॉल्व करके भी यही चीज आएगा. 16 by 10 is 1.6. And the other one is, ये एक सवाल, ये एक हो गया, एक पार्ट हो गया. दूसरा पार्ट, सेकंड पार्ट वो तो डायरेक्टली है, HO is root HI1 by HI2. It's the, I don't know if you've heard this word, geometric mean. पता नहीं अब तक सीखा है या नहीं मैथ्स में, but it seems like HO is the geometric mean of HI1 and HI2. सीखा है, very nice. कितना आ रहा है? 2 into root 64 आ रहा है. So suppose sometime dividing into ratios is too hard. Acha, you're saying if मान लो in the sum dividing into ratios during, तो ये पूछ रहे हैं while solving the sum, अगर ये ratio divide करने में मुश्किल लग रहा है, जैसे यहाँ पे 4:1 8:2 दिख रहा था, मान लो दिख नहीं रहा है, is that your question? तब क्या करोगे? I think, yeah, that's your question. So if you want to divide x in the ratio A:B, let's work with D now. If you want to divide D, let's say x1, x2 is A:B, and you want to divide D in that ratio, then you can simply divide D like this. अगर D को A:B के ratio में divide करना है तो मैं ऐसा कर लो, AD upon A plus B, and दूसरे को BD upon A plus B. Okay? That's how you divide numbers in the ratios. You want to divide a number into the ratio A:B, you multiply it with A by A plus B and B by A plus B. ठीक है? So जैसे कि यहाँ पे 10 को 4:1 के रेशियो में बांटना था, तो multiply it with 10 into 4 by 5, which is 8, and then 10 into 1 by 5, which is 2. Okay, that's how you break them into ratios. और what else? और क्या डाउट है यार? F shouldn't it be 3.2? नहीं ना? Solve करो ना. 1 by F is 1 by 8 plus 1 by 2. देख लो, 1 by F is 1 by 8 plus 1 by 2. यही आएगा, 1.6 ही आएगा. 1 by 8 plus 1 by 2. 1 by 8 plus 4 by 8. 1 by F is 5 by 8. So F is 8 by 5. You just check your calculations. Okay, sorted. याद रहेगा. In my opinion, I'm not going to memorize these formulas. I will just try to remember what displacement method is. And for that, what I think you guys really need is just this. See, as it is, this is not a very big important concept. ये जैसे मान लो आया तो फिर it's not something which is going to appear again and again and again in almost every sum. Lens formula again and again appear करेगा तो वो तो रटेंगे. बट ये अब हर समय थोड़ी आएगा, ये एक टाइप का क्वेश्चन है, इफ यू आर लकी इट कम्स, एंड व्हेन इट कम्स आई थिंक इफ यू जस्ट remember this diagram, you're good to go. You can solve everything. You can figure out what you need to do when such a question comes. Even यहाँ पे ये जो diagram था, you just remember, okay, that's capital D, this is small d. You can figure out what it is to be done. So for this section, I would just say, make sure you understand what I have done, what I've written, कैसे लिखा, मतलब what are these two question types. Make sure you understand these two examples. ये वाला तो तुमने बहुत जल्दी किया, and even this one quite a few solved quickly. So that's it. मतलब ज़्यादा इतना complication इसमें नहीं है. You don't need to memorize results for this. ठीक है? We are going to make that sheet now. So one of you is asking, do I have a formula sheet? हम अभी मिलके एक revise करते करते एक sheet बना लेंगे. एक आध दो conceptual question पूछ रहा हूँ. Just let me know what change takes place. What change takes place in the image if the lens is cut into two halves? What change takes place in the image if the lens is cut into two halves? This is an interesting concept. इसके मतलब दो टाइप है. अरे बाप रे. So let's say one type is, yeah, so so that's what depends on how it is cut. Good question, है ना? यश ने सीधा पूछा how is it cut, so that matters. So if it's, वैष्णव ने भी पूछा, if it's cut in this fashion, in fact वो two halves करके मतलब only one half is left. So if this was the original scene, what I mean by my question is, if this was the original scene, what my final scene looks like is, first part के लिए मैंने ऐसा काट दिया, ठीक है, along the vertical line, along the vertical axis. तो इस सीन में क्या होगा? Those are, you guys are asking me a question in return. These are things I want you to answer. You're telling me what the lens is called. Fair enough. Plano convex हो गया. Okay. नहीं, you need to think. क्या होगा? Come on, think. Will the focal length be the same? Will it change? Based on that, what will happen to the image? Image भी कटा हुआ बनेगा क्या? All right. One of you saying no image will be formed. Image will be formed at the same distance. So guys, bata do answer. I just, of course, it's going to be difficult to read everyone's answer, but it's good to see everyone send in some answer. I just want you to take one more minute to think and just confirm and see whether what I'm going to answer is the same as what you have thought. Okay, so you need not type in. I think a lot of people are just typing in things. It's good to see that, but just finally, just let's see whether your answer and my answer match. Yes, आयुष सही है. And when I talk about changes, I want you guys to think about two aspects. I want you to think about the position aspect, and I also want you to think about a brightness aspect. Position aspect and brightness aspect. And you can of course think about other aspects like blur banega ya kata hua banega if you feel. Battery, don't worry, I think it can manage till 5. Let's see if it becomes too low, I'll charge. Let's see. Okay. So what is the answer? यहाँ पे please understand, you are suddenly making this a plano convex lens. In fact, your focal length is going to change. Try to think what the formula is for focal length. In fact, most likely your focal length is going to increase. Or one can say your power decreases. Focal length is going to increase. Yeah, power will decrease. Can you see that happen? है ना, definitely वो दो curved surface वाला lens had a greater converging power. Absolutely, Yash, सही है. Those two curved surface, the biconvex lens had a greater converging power than this plano convex lens. है ना? In fact, if this is perfectly symmetrical, you will see your focal length double. Think about it. इसका क्या हो जाएगा focal length? 1 by f is mu minus 1 वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह. 1 by r है ना, -1 by -r, तो हो जाता है +1 by r -1 by -r, तो हो जाता है mu -1 2r. नीचे 2 नहीं, mu -1 2 by r पहले वाले का. दूसरे वाले का क्या होगा? One of these terms will be infinity, so it'll be mu -1 upon r. Either way, at least you can say that your focal length is going to change. Power is going to decrease. Isn't the power of the upper lens the addition of these two half lenses? इसको दो पार्ट में अगर डिवाइड करूंगा तो ऊपर वाले का पावर, इन दोनों का पावर का सम है ना, तो ऊपर वाले का पावर डबल है ना. दी अपर लेंस, दी ओरिजिनल लेंस का पावर डबल था. अगर ओरिजिनल लेंस का पावर डबल है तो फाइनल लेंस का फोकल लेंथ डबल होगा if it's a symmetrical situation. Agreed? Because power and f are inversely proportional. Either way, f is going to change, and therefore what is going to really happen? Location of image will change. Location of the image will change. Location of the image will change. Got it? It'll most probably move away. It'll most probably move away. Why? Because focal length कम हो रहा है ना. ये लाइट को तेजी से कन्वर्ज कर रहा है, वो हल्का सा कन्वर्ज कर रहा है. तो most likely your image is going to move further away. है ना. ग्रेटर पावर, ऊपर वाला पावर ज्यादा है तो स्ट्रांगली कन्वर्ज कर रहा है, स्ट्रांगली बेंड कर रहा है लाइट को. नीचे वाले का पावर कम है, हल्का सा बेंड कर रहा है लाइट को. सो ऑब्वियसली यू मे फाइंड द इमेज मूव behind. Yeah, further behind. All right, now that is one aspect. Basic idea, what I wanted you to say is location of the image will change. Second thing is, of course, the brightness is going to be the same. Why should the brightness decrease? Why should the brightness decrease? All of the light, yeah, the material is the same. No one is absorbing light. All of the light that passed through the first lens can still pass through this guy and form an image. So there's no need for brightness to change. If I cut along the vertical line, what if I cut along the horizontal line? तब क्या आंसर आएगा? Very nice. Now I'm getting some right answers. I think now you guys are joining the dots. इसमें क्या होगा? Let me see. Uh, so Ravi, yeah. मैं कुछ तो decreases बोल रहा है. I think I understand what you mean. सही है. आयुष सही है. श्रेया सही है. No image formed. That's wrong. Image will be formed. आयुष सही है. यश सही है. Very nice. One of you saying आधा image बनेगा. It's an interesting idea. क्या लगता है आधा बनेगा क्या? Yes, तो ऋग्वेद सही है. अमन सही है. नहीं अमन एक पार्ट गलत हो रहा है. Think through it. But I want you to also think about what one of you is saying. One of you is saying कि आधा image बनेगा. आधा image means if you're standing in front of it, only half your body will be formed as an image. If this is you, your image will look like this. Yes, Ayush. Okay, so the idea is, let's disclose the answer. So the simple idea is, what is really going to happen is, your see, please understand, ये आधा image कभी नहीं बनेगा. There are many light rays for each point, even a point below the axis. I think the misconception people may have is सिर्फ जो axis के ऊपर है उसका image बनेगा, जो axis के नीचे उसका बनेगा नहीं, क्योंकि उसके सामने lens नहीं है. Of course not. Wherever your point may lie, whichever point in this object, वो point से millions of rays leave. See, there are going to be some rays which are going to pass through the lens. Those rays are going to get converged and they are going to form an image on the other side. So no matter where you place an object, उसके लिए image दूसरे side पे बनेगा. ठीक है? That is going to not change. What is really going to change is, in fact, is the location also going to change? So if you consider this lens, if you consider what was really happening in this lens to start with, it's not key the upper part is focusing rays somewhere else. It's that both the upper and the lower part are focusing all the rays at the exact same point. तो upper part भी उधर ही focus करा रहा है जिधर lower part कराएगा by symmetry. All right, so there is no difference in where these light rays are getting converged, be it from the upper part or be it from the lower part. Now in this diagram, if you eliminate the lower part, what is going to happen? It's not that the light rays are going to converge somewhere else. It's just that the image that is formed is going to be formed with these rays missing their contribution. So the image that is going to be formed is going to be formed with fewer rays. It's going to have less brightness. You can say it's going to have 50% brightness, lesser brightness. Got the idea? Because it's formed using lesser rays. All right, so if in this scenario, what's going to happen? The image is still going to be formed at the same location, only the brightness would be reduced. Image at the same location, because at the end the curvature of either surface is the same. image at the same location, but brightness reduced, because fewer rays make up this image. Fewer rays make up this image. Got the idea? Any doubt in that? No doubt? Please just remember this conceptual idea. Yes, in fact, Yash was saying only 2 rays are required to form a full image. Absolutely. So as long as you leave even a tiny portion of this lens, image वहीं पे बनेगा. है ना? As long as तुम लेंस को ऐसा स्लाइस करके एक छोटा पोर्शन रखोगे, इमेज सेम पॉइंट पे बनेगा. But that image is going to be formed using fewer and fewer rays. Therefore, image का brightness is going to become lesser and lesser. Okay? Yeah, try this at. How do you try this? चश्मे के सामने हाथ डाल के देख लो. नहीं यार, छोड़ो. All right, cool. So with that, we are done actually with a few extra points that I wanted to mention. If we can just quickly just revise certain formulas, we have 10 minutes. Let's see how much we can revise. Only the absolutely essential stuff. You know, where did our journey begin? We started with a mirror. Mirror के world में क्या याद करना जरूरी है? Just the important stuff. Mirror formula. है ना? What we need to remember is यहाँ पे of course plus sign होगा. एंड मिरर के फॉर्मूला के साथ साथ यहाँ पे एफ का भी वैल्यू याद कर लो. एफ कितना है? 1/f is 2/r. That suddenly takes care of everything. Yes, and then what else we had in this? Height. That was the next important thing mirror case में, है ना? So there was one formula. फिर हाइट का एक फॉर्मूला है. सो हाइट का फॉर्मूला मैग्निफिकेशन. यहाँ पे कैसा है मैग्निफिकेशन? हाउ इज इट डिफाइंड? HI by HO is defined as minus V by U. Very nice. Remember that minus sign because यहाँ पे minus sign नहीं था, है ना? The minus will feel bad, so you need to place it over here as well. Okay, फिर और क्या? Image speed, velocities. So dV by dt कितना याद है तुम्हें? Without referring to your notes. dV by dt is close. So we need to put your answers together. First of all, there's a minus sign. वो एक याद करना था. क्यों? Because for a mirror, object and image move in opposite directions. So dV by dt is minus, and then there's this magnification square wala term. ऐसा याद कर लो. dV by dt is minus magnification square du by dt. And if you ever don't, if you ever forget this one, I think this is easy to remember. If you forget, it's easy to derive as well. So that is all that we had for a mirror. है ना? Then that was the और कुछ नहीं है ना इसमें. ठीक है. रियल वर्चुअल वगैरह वो टैग थोड़ी देर में बात करेंगे उसके बारे में. वो रिवाइज करेंगे. फिर दिस इज फॉर एनी मिरर. इसमें वन ऑफ इज आस्किंग इज इट फॉर कॉनकेव प्लेन. कोई हर मिरर के लिए काम करता है. अच्छा, एक न्यूटन्स फॉर्मूला. यू नीड टू रिमाइंड मी ऑफ दैट. क्या था यार न्यूटन्स फॉर्मूला? I mean, I've existed without using that, but yeah, what was the Newton's formula? If anyone remembers, x1, x2 is f2. Okay. f square क्या? So the x1 x2 is f square dimensionally. ठीक है. Again यार, I mean I wouldn't really keep it over here as a formula to लिख लेता हूँ. चलो x1 x2 is f square, not really needed. Again, this is an FYI formula, है ना? इसको यूज करना भी उतना आसान नहीं है. रखे क्या इधर? This is just for your information, not useful. In fact, let me remove it. ज़्यादा ये actually don't try to use it also. x1 x2 you have to be careful. They are distances from the focus. So that was just mentioned so that in case in any theoretical question the word is used, you should know what that formula is. You should know what Newton's formula is. इसलिए FYI के लिए बता दिया. But from a practical point of view, to use it in a question is not that, honestly, not that relevant. So that wraps up mirrors. Mirror के बाद क्या था? Refraction. Yes, mu should always be greater than equal to 1. Refraction के world में क्या देखा? Refraction plane surface. We can even talk about slabs over here. So first of all, we had Snell's law, which the way we like to remember it is mu1 sine theta 1. Don't get confused in I and R and all that. Mu1 sine theta 1 is mu2 sine theta 2. Then also remember that mu is inversely proportional to velocity. And yes, shift का एक formula था. Mu is inversely proportional to velocity. Also remember this is defined as mu relative. Mu1 upon mu2 is defined as mu relative. So you have this. Then shift ka formula, yes, you have a concept of near normal viewing. So real depth upon apparent depth, एक ये फंडा था. Real depth upon apparent depth is mu of object by mu of I, and this is only valid in near normal viewing. So see, I myself am actually benefiting by making this. So it'll also be good if you guys can make it on your own. है ना? तुम्हारा भी काफी चीजों का revision होगा. Whenever you revise this, first try and see क्या क्या तुम्हें याद है. And the same, very nice. The same thing also extends to real velocity upon apparent velocity. Same thing extends to real velocity upon apparent velocity. फिर उसके बाद what else we saw? Shift. Oops. Shift was, this is a very important formula. Thickness 1 minus 1 by u. Did this also have a condition? Remember कि this was mu relative. है ना? Condition क्या था? ये भी near normal viewing था. ये भी near normal viewing था. Both these equations needed near normal viewing. And shift without near normal viewing. Very nice. So for large angles, you'll have to use tan instead of sine. So you'll have to simply write this as 1 minus tan I by tan R. See? 1 minus tan I by tan R. So that's shift. फिर इससे क्या related था? Lateral displacement. LD. Lateral displacement, of course, वो large angles की वक्त ही पूछेंगे. And if you remember, that was shift into sin I. है ना? तो shift वाला answer into sin I. This is actually a very good way to revise, guys. तुम ये भी मतलब, you can always do this yourself. try to just make your own formula sheet and then maybe of course cross check if you're remembering things correctly. Anything else important in refraction? I think this is the main, because this is the main idea behind it. Magnification I think यहाँ पे था ना. Magnification had to do with it had to do with this idea. इसमें critical angle का of course formula, yes, critical angle theta c is sine inverse 1 by mu. Again, this is mu relative. So this is mu of the denser medium relative to the rarer medium. And then with this, I think we enter the world of prisms. Prisms एक बार होके आता है. Prisms का क्या याद है? Remember, A is R1 plus R2. Angle of the prism is sum of those two internal angles. फिर एक ये भी था कुछ तो A plus delta, very nice. This is an important one. A plus delta is I plus E. फिर minimum deviation वाला किसको याद है? एक वो general formula. One of you is saying delta is A into mu minus 1. Okay, that's one formula. The other one, ये वाला याद कर लो. This is always valid. Sine A plus delta M by 2 divided by sine A by 2. Okay, always valid. Yeah. Okay, this is always valid. And this one, delta is A into mu minus 1. This is for thin prisms. This is for thin prisms. And if you remember, this delta is A into mu minus 1. You can say delta is this value. You can also say minimum deviation is this value. Okay? So, but they are, of course, this formula works only for thin prisms. That wraps up prisms. अच्छा, यहाँ पे वो भी निपटा देता है. What we just studied recently, dispersion का है ना, delta is A mu yellow minus 1 for dispersion. Delta is A mu yellow minus 1. And बाकी omega का definition is, याद है? This can be said to be mean delta. Mean delta. Omega का definition is theta by delta. Because omega ka definition is theta by delta, you have theta is, yes, there's Cauchy's equation as well. Theta becomes delta omega, or theta becomes A omega mu y minus 1. ये important था. Theta becomes A omega mu y minus 1. Okay, with this you can of course manage the rest. इसके आगे you can of course manage Cauchy's equation. Okay, I think time is almost up. थोड़ा और next class में भी revise कर लेंगे lens का, prism का, and then of course we'll proceed from there. See? Yes, Diana, you can ask. But yeah, guys, my suggestion is, I just now benefited a lot with this kind of revision. तुम भी एक बार try कर लो. I mean, a lot of this was prompted by you guys. So just try this yourself as well. You'll be surprised to see how much you remember from this chapter. Yeah. Try and then just cross check with the notes as well. Okay. बाकी ऑफ कोर्स एक बार ये कंप्लीट हो जाएगा शेयर करूंगा. I'll just charge my device. Diana, yes, you can ask. या कल पूछ लो ना Diana. We are meeting again. Yeah, just take your leave. I have another lecture now. Bye. Sorry, a plus lambda square. Yes, tomorrow only doubts. Only doubts. This was this a 12th class chapter? I think, yeah, from your NCRT, this is in 12th. For your NCRT, this is in 12th. Yeah. Bye. Bye.